Recording, and we're recording. আচ্ছা, okay. Hello guys, it's amazing to have all of you here. এটা পুরো complete একটা casual meeting. আমরা এমন না যে অনেক formal ভাবে আমরা tight ভাবে এখানে বসে থাকবো. We'll like tell you stuff, but it's very casual, very like unprofessional, if you will. So I'll just give a bit of a background about what the purpose of this meeting is going to be. Oh, there are more people coming. There you go. So I'll just give a bit of a context behind what we're gonna work this meeting towards. It's basically copywriting using AI. কারণ AI tools সবাই ভালোভাবে এখনো ব্যবহার করতে জানে না. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come in and we're gonna show you guys exactly how to get the stuff done, right? So I'll just share the screen so we can make this super. There you go. I'm just admitting people in. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. One more thing যেটা আমি বলতে চাই before we begin is if you have any questions, drop it down in the chat. Manto or Sabir will try to compile them. Or at the end of the call, we'll try to answer all of the questions, right? So, yeah, I'll share my screen super quick. There you go. Do let me know if our screen দেখা যায় নাকি না. Manto, please.
It's clear.
Okay, perfect. Let me turn off all the tabs we don't want to see. Perfect. Presenting. There you go. Right. Okay, guys. So this is our first academy webinar. Very casual, very unhinged. We'll chill a bit. We will talk about copywriting using AI and creating a LinkedIn content, right? So we can scale up as we go on. So a bit about me and who I am is basically. Actually, this is not presenting for some reason, but let me try to see if there's a way that I can do it. There you go. Alright, so a bit about us. I am Rafid, and I am the founder and CEO of REFRSH, and we're going to like introduce ourselves Porege. But with me is Manto. He's the CTO of REFRSH. He works with all the engineering stuff, and we have Sabir. He's a growth operator, and he works with us for growth. So the first section, I want to talk about the fundamentals of copywriting, and এগুলো হচ্ছে আমি শিখছি হচ্ছে as I worked with a lot of foreign clients, I've gotten exposed to a lot of basics that I want to share with you guys, right? And all of this has fueled my own income over the past couple of years. So if you guys want to earn money online, this is like one of the best things that you can get started with, right? So this is the basics of copywriting. This is a problem that I've been facing. In the beginning, there was a problem, right? Everybody has a problem. You have to figure out what to write about, but way before that, you have to figure out what their problem is and what makes them tick, right? So in the beginning, as usual, there's always a problem, and it's all about finding out the problems in the right way. So how do you find out these problems? Well, all you have to do is look at the posts around you, right? কারণ এগুলো কোনো অভাব নাই. You have seen it everywhere. Everybody's writing stuff like these, right? Even very big companies like Wise, I don't know if you're familiar with it. You guys, Wise হচ্ছে একটা like it's like Bikash of the world, right? World of use করে Wise, and they're all like writing copies using Chatgpt, but all of these has one single problem, which is people don't know how to speak. They're all having this problem of not being able to convey their message very well. And এটা আমি সব জায়গায় দেখছি. এটা আমি দেখছি হচ্ছে all the top brands in Bangladesh, from Banglalink, from Pathao to Wise to every company that you can think of, they're all having the same problem. The message is not clear, right? So how do we actually make sure that the message is perfectly cool? Well, you don't abuse emojis, right? You don't use emojis like you don't use rocket emojis. You don't use words like unlocking, highlighting, showcasing, and fosters, facilitates, right? Nobody connects with those. So same goes for emojis. Like if you just abuse your emojis, nothing good is gonna come out of it, right? So what do we do about it? We have a system that we can use to really make sure that the copies that we write is very honed, fine-tuned, যেটা আমরা করতে পারি for all of us. There's a wrong way to use it, and there's a really hard way to use it, right? So what's the truth about this entire system? The truth is, it's not just about just going to ChatGPT and telling it to just write you a 1500 word blog, right? Or you cannot just like go and be like, hey, write me a caption for this post. What you can do is there's a step that you can follow, which is the right way to do it. The voice strategy, the prompt engineering, the search intent, outline creation, generation, proofreading. Like, don't get scared by these. Like, this is a very tried and tested system. We're going to show you everything throughout the rest of the webinar. So there's a system that we follow for everything. Jeta saves a lot of time, saves a lot of effort from your end, and it's going to work well for all of us as we go on. So what are the fundamentals of copywriting really, right? And these are philosophies that all of us in the team share, which is basically the first one. You can sell everything. I'm pretty sure all of you have watched Wolf of Wall Street. If not all, most of you. Like, if you give enough time towards that movie, you'll find out that the philosophy is you can sell everything. Like, no matter what it is, even if it's like this piece of an earphone like plug, you can sell that as well, right? The philosophy is you can sell everything, and the way to sell it is using words. If you use words well, you're gonna be able to sell everything. And the words are the bridge between two things: the product and the people who's gonna buy it, right? And the words is the only thing that you can use to say it. And you can say it using your mouth, or you can say it using like copies. And copies are basically stuff that you write on a product, on a product's label, that you can use as advertisement, as blogs, as articles, and you can use all of that, right? So words are the best mediators when it comes to this. And when you do this, just remember that no one wants to buy your product, right? I know it sounds harsh, but no one wants to buy your product. What they want to buy is the experience that comes with it. It's the dream that they want to buy. What are they gonna do with your product? What are they gonna do with the t-shirt business that you started with your friend, right? What are they gonna do? They're gonna wear it. They want to look cool. They want to look like out of the line. They want to go against the wave, right? That's the dream that you're selling them, and that's one of the main points when it comes to the basics of copywriting. That's why perfecting the product is not really the best way to go for it all the time, which is basically not the best way to move forward, right? The right way to do it is using the right words, using the right sentences, and using the right copies to really write that. So we're gonna go over like the fundamentals of it very quick. This cool looking samurai dude right here, he's basically one of the mascots of REFRSH. Like we decided, me and Mantle, the other day. Somebody is joining the meeting, I think. Oh yeah, you can drop your questions. Yeah, just do that. So let me just go full screen again. Sorry for the interruption. Alright, so this samurai looking guy is basically one of the mascots of REFRSH. We decided with Manto. We decided that every copy must have conflict, right? If you played your video games and if you see inside your like video game screen, you're gonna see that every hero, every actor, every actress for that regard, they have a conflict within themselves. So there's always three parts, which is your copy or your movies, your games should have a hero. The hero goes to struggle and learning, and the hero always has to win. Even if they don't win, they're gonna lose, but there's always a payoff at the end. The hero learns something, whether through a sacrifice or like a simple like defeat. He learns something, right? So every copy has three parts, which is like the hero is introduced, the hero goes through learning, and the hero always wins, right? So as we go on, I'll touch a bit on the selling everything part. Everybody has a dream and a fear, and it's about targeting the right ones.
আচ্ছা
But the
রাফেদ,
way you actually
যে
do
জানি
it,
বলতেছে
yes.
তোকে শুনতে পাচ্ছে না বলে।
শুনতে পাচ্ছে না? Okay, let me see. Is everybody able to listen to me? মানে সবাই okay. Alright. Let me know if সবাই শুনতে পারে. Maybe it's a like issue. Oh, perfect. Alright, perfect. Now that we're in, I'll share my screen again. Alright. So I'll touch on the selling everything part again. Selling is easy when you get to live your customers' dreams. So I'll tell you guys to like just be in the shoes of everybody and then feel it, right? And that's the way you actually target the right ones. But how do you actually do it, right? A bit of a basic before copywriting. This is one of the first pieces of copywriting that we ever had. It's an Egyptian fabric seller named Habu who wrote a message on a papyrus. It's a very weird name, but I won't judge like Egyptian names. But he used a trademark of a white rabbit holding a needle, and he praised the fabric's quality, which is like promotion, which is an advertisement, right? This was one of the first ever pieces of copywriting that we ever went through. When I say words are the mediators, you don't always need to have a logo. When you open a business, the most important thing is not a logo, but what really matters is you really want to go deep inside the. Perfect interruption again. Somebody's trying to join. There you go. I'll present again. I think they're in. Alright, perfect. So words are the best mediators. They don't see logos. They see the feelings and the dreams behind it, right? The words are your bridge between the product and the person, and that's one of the finest things that matter. Oh, for those who have joined in late, you don't need to worry. Like, we're gonna share the slides with you guys, so just don't worry about it entirely. So we'll also have a recording of this meeting. We'll give that out. So selling the dreams is greater than selling their product. Nobody buys a drill. If you think about a drill machine, right? Nobody buys it because they love drills. They buy it because they want holes in their wall and they want to put something in there. So that's the purpose of a drill, and that's a dream that you're selling, right? Sell the dream and the product will sell itself. That's one of the philosophies that we have. So like I could go on days and days about like philosophies and everything and teaching you like random fluff and shit, right? But I won't do that. We actually have proven stuff that we've done for clients. One of our clients was Brandmaster Academy. We actually generated like almost $1,000 every hour for them. And this is like, we got them a huge social media traffic. We did the same with high converting content. I personally worked there. I worked with them to get them like almost 100,000 in MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, which is like almost equity balance sheet, right? Which is every month, right? We got it for them. We also worked with a lot of other different agencies. So what is when we talk about perfecting the product, a flawless product will mean nothing if nobody wants it. The way you make them want it is, we're gonna talk more about the system that Manto is gonna share in the slides after me. But you should still build something worth the hype. Don't chase trends, but more than that, chase the stuff that's in between the words and the way that you write your copies, right? So using the right words in the system, the way we do it, it's not really about sounding smart. You don't need to sound smart to write copies. Anybody can sound like that, right? With AI, it's easier. It's more easier than ever to actually do that. So we're going to show how we can actually make something more credible, more moving. And with that, I'll hand it over to Manto, and he's gonna show you all the breakdowns of how we use our systems to get all these results. And I hope he's gonna do it justice. Manto, please take it over.
All right, folks. I hope you can hear me properly. Am I loud and clear? Yes or
Yeah,
no,
you're loud and
Robert?
clear. Yeah,
All right. All
yeah,
right.
perfectly. Yeah.
So yes, I'll show you the system, the whole content writing system and stuff. So I've broken down the part into three different sections. One I call is pre-cooking, that is ideation. So the way you ideate your content, it's totally up to you. You can use prompts, or you can use topics from other people's profile, like LinkedIn. Yes, you can steal them, obviously, and you can take inspiration from other stuff, other people. And one of those places where I take inspiration from is this guy. So Joseph Sugarman, he's one of my, I would say, I look up to for copywriting. So this handbook, copywriting handbook, it has helped me a lot for ideation and stuff. And the next part, the cooking, the whole process or the system you're working on. And of course, we'll provide the basic links, so the basic prompts that we'll be giving to you. And yes, for that, I'll show the system, how it is done. So first step, you'll be getting a handbook, obviously. First, you're gonna do is copy this. It'll all step by step. It's just for my own benefit, the steps. Just copy this. It'll ask for the, so I missed this part where I write the niche is copywriter, and I've set it down for myself. Second part, you're gonna copy this. It's all just copy and paste, guys. Nothing to worry about. It's all huge. So I would prefer to give more than 3 examples so that the GPT knows what you're writing for, who you're writing for. I chose myself because I want to write myself. And step 3, copy this. It's gonna do its stuff. Let it do its stuff. Let it finish. It's cooking on its own because the process is named creation. It's creating itself. Okay. Now I'll make it ready. Paste this part. Step 4. For the ones you're questioning what these steps are for, don't worry. The PDF or the file that you're gonna get has everything explained. I just don't want to make this meeting whole more than 1 hour. All right. These are small, as you can see. We don't want to post stuff like this. It's very small. This does not explain what you're writing and what you're writing for. So it needs to be more elaborated, more longer. Now paste. This will increase the whole title. Okay, I think we are sort of done. And most of you are thinking that the copy is ready. It's good to go, but it actually is not good to go. All right, so you can see no scroll, no clicks, nothing. It's incomplete. The copy is sounding like Chatgpt. It's not sounding like you. It's not sounding like me still. All right, the prompts are doing its job, and the system that we believe in REFRSH, that we do not stop at AI. Okay, we stop with human touch. It needs human touch. You need to give your touch to it. And so for that, I've decided that we'll name the next process Life Kitchen. I showed it, of course. And before I get into the humanization part, I want to share a bit of myself, my story, how I was faced with embarrassment. So this was my very first LinkedIn connection message, which I gave to a client. I was doing lead generation. And yes, as you can see, I gave hello name. It was completely straight out of GPT bullshit. And I was hoping the person does not reply. And she did reply. I'll check your messages before you send them. Clearly copy and paste. But the fun part, she did reply instantly. And to avoid situations like this, we decided that you need to humanize your copy. And humanization is not perfect, okay? Humans are not perfect, and so is humanization. But a copy must speak for yourself. It needs to be vulnerable. You need to speak to your clients. You need to speak to the people who are reading yourself. So we believe in human touch plus tone is your solution. And there are three ways to humanize a copy. Of course, more prompts, and then it's you. You're setting up yourself. You're tweaking the prompts. You're tweaking the whole copy, and of course, the both. So why you need to humanize? And of course, I showed you my mistake from the past. And based on that, there needs to be a perfect tone. So for a perfect tone, your brand is building a better trust. And once you hit that personal tone in your copy, people will believe you. They'll believe in your copy. They'll trust you. And people don't really buy AI bullshit. They want you. They want you in your copy. And the next part is the something that I got from Facebook. So this is one of those examples of you should check your copy before you upload them. Dear ma'am, I'm happy to respond, stuff like that. But the guy that received this message was a boy. So you understand how fucked up this is, telling dear ma'am to a sir. And this is beyond FUBR. So to avoid situations like this, we have come up with a plan how to humanize. And this is one of these examples that I would show that how you can humanize. Well, I'll fix the heading. Of course, it needs to be more accurate. And let's be honest, it's a very common term. So more value in here. There needs to be more value. And the ending, the CTA needs to be more engaging. And the system has everything done for you, which is here. It is perfected, but it needs your touch also. Then at the same time, if I go for case studies, let's study a few of the copies that were written by other people that I find very interesting. First is this, my own copy. Sorry about that. My very own copy. Oops, it's not loaded. All right. So as you can see, I started with a very short intro, cancer copies. And as Rafid mentioned in the fundamentals, that your copy needs to have a conflict. In this copy, the conflict was me, who really didn't understand how tobacco companies advertised, even though they were banned by WHO. And I was breaking down the process of how they actually do it. And in the end, I actually won. The hero won, that he understood how the copies were actually sold. And this is how I write my LinkedIn copies. First, the caption, then a picture relating to the copy. Then I post something on the comment relating to the copy, and people are engaging to it. And for examples, you can take people like Justin Oberman. He's a great copywriter in LinkedIn. He posts valuable stuff. You can get that. Even his copy has a conflict. So he was talking about the small agency in Chicago. They were having a problem. You see, the copy must always have a conflict. Even his copy has a conflict. Even mine does. Now, for another person who I look up to, Alex Hermosi, this guy is the copy himself. All right, he doesn't need conflict. He speaks conflict. He talks about conflict. He himself is the copy. So if you're like Alex Hermosi, that's a different case. But if you're like me or Justin Overman, you can start like copies like this. Now, the next part is newsletter. There are types of copywriting and how copies were written. And as I mentioned, the person I look up to, a copywriter, Joseph Sugarman, these were newsletters, Vision Breakthrough. As you can see, his intros were very short, as my intros are also inspired from him, cancer copies. So he had a technique called slippery slide. So once you get down to his copies, you not stop reading the copy. He would make you read the copy throughout the whole thing. And another newsletter that was based on Camel, the cigarette company. In this copy, they're not talking about nicotine or Camel stuff like that. All they're focusing on is this guy, DiMaggio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So this guy had the fastest swing speed at his time. And all he did was smoke Camel for 8 years. That's it. And that brought them revenue with billions of dollars. That's it. And so the next one, website copies. The personal favorite is iPhone, obviously. Their copies are very short. All you can see is MacBook Air, Sky Blue, Sky High Performance with M4, and that's it. CTA, nothing else. If you scroll down more, meet the 16 family, CTA, that's it. Nothing else. Same for iPad Pro, everything. Their copies are so precise and short that they want you to buy it no matter what. They'll make you buy it. And you do buy it. People are buying iPhone, they're buying Apple products every single day. And it's no big surprise. But here's a surprising thing, that copies can be written in many other forms, like billboard copy. So I was searching billboard examples the other day and I got really interested with Coca-Cola and McDonald's. So in here, you'll see that McDonald's is using the temperature as their copy. And in here, they're using time as their copy. And in this one, they're using directions to direct the prospects or the customers to their destination. And with this copy, this is a copy itself. With this billboard, they're trying to explain that the Big Mac is so fucking big that it needs more than the billboard, more than 2 billboards to fit their Big Mac on it, which makes you buy it. And in this one, they're using direction again. The McDonald's is 900 meters away, 300 meters away, and 50 meters away. So you saw how copies can be written in many different forms. And one of them is ad copies. So in ad copies, there were campaigns from McDonald's, Fuel Up, Feel Good. You see there, the copies are so short that it has only 4 words. That's it, and their logo on it. And in this one, they were talking about the Uber Eats campaign. All they did was this, and the copy speaks for itself as the person is walking to get the Uber Eats to, or delivering McDonald's from Uber Eats. And this explains itself, Wolverine. And with this, they're trying to explain that McDonald's has a new app that you can order from. And McDonald's spends most of their time making their logos or their brand identity so short that you can see from far away. Like, it's a burger, it's French fry, and they're on mobile. You can order them. So another ad copy is Nike. And I am obsessed with Nike. I would suggest watch this ad that Nike presented. And all the ad did was made the kid run towards the camera, and on the end, find your greatness, Nike logo. That's it. And these were for runners, Nike runners, smoke 'em, which is a term that you say when you're crossing someone in a run or passing them, smoke 'em. These are runners. 2 words, that's it. And for this is our gym. So they're trying to say that you can run or you can make your gym outside no matter what. You don't have to be in a single place to work out wearing Nike shoes. And this, of course, presenting a lungs with their shoes, they keep you alive. And lastly, my favorite campaign is the Nike Just Do It. Yes, this campaign alone made me chase the copywriting realm. The Just Do It campaign brought Nike $9 billion of revenue. And yes, Hapana.com wrote about it. And it was very fascinating that I tell it to everyone who tells me that why are you chasing copywriting and stuff like that. And with that, folks, I think my part is ended.
Right. Before I go into like Sabir's part, like I would like to take just a minute to answer Maharina Mawson's question in the chat. It's basically she asked Yuvanto that like how can you tell when to end the humanization of a copy provided by AI, right? So I think it's a very interesting talking point. Like, I think the perfect copy is something that doesn't exist, right? Like in your head, it's always going to be the perfect thing, but I don't think it's gonna be something that's like always perfect. That's the game. You have to keep on writing drafts upon drafts until your client says yes, or you feel like yourself are satisfied with it, right? There is no something anything perfect entirely with it, but the moment you start putting content out, the moment you start experimenting with it, you're gonna find your own niche and you're gonna find your own variables at work, right? So that's just wanted to touch on that before we hit to Sabir. But yeah, Sabir, go on.
Okay, hello, am I audible to everyone?
Unfortunately, your audio is a bit like on the downside. Maybe we could like clear it up a bit.
Okay, check. Is it better now?
Yeah, it is better. It is better. There's a chat engine behind you, but we'll go ahead with it.
Sorry?
Nothing, it's alright, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Keep things very brief and very short. As already Mantu and Rafid has talked technical parts and how things work in the copywriting agencies in a very complicated way. I won't say it's a complicated way, but it's a tech sounded talks. So a lot of people and newcomers won't get everything. So what I do in Refresh as a growth operator, I'm not in the tech sounded person and I'm not in the tech field. Rather than I have to keep things smooth, the operation smooth, and the I to make things perfect, that our offerings are good and we are scaling in a smoother way. So let's start with a story first. That once I
It appears that Sabir is stuck in a
was
matrix. Would
Guess
you,
we'll never know what he's
Sabir?
talking about.
Yeah, guess we'll never know
refreshed
what it's.
when
Sabir,
every
could you like repeat what you said again? We couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. I said I will start with a story first. That from time when at Refresh we thought everything was doing perfect. That the client loved our designs, our deadlines met perfectly, and our first invoice was paid. But we missed one critical thing, and what was that? Our copywriting team was overworked. If you can remember, we didn't plan the handoff properly at that time. And what was the result? The result was delays, client dissatisfaction, and you can say the internal frustration between us. To get rid of this type of situations, what are the basic pillars of a copy agency? I will focus into this. I'll keep things very short. So I have divided these things into three pillars. As the first pillar is internal process compatibility. So, what is it? In a copywriting agency, we do have designing teams. We have teams who proofread everything, who write every copies perfectly, and there's a team who approves everything and meet the delivery deadlines. And we need to make sure that every task we do in a copywriting agency is internally connected with each other. So SOPs are transparency to build trust. What is SOP? In our language, in Refresh, we have a green book, like a green book of any institution that we follow properly. So SOP are standard writing procedures that are, you can say it's a minimum viable product like any sort of industry. So here we step by step we follow all the instructions like already মান্তো দেখালো আমাদেরকে যে ও কিভাবে চ্যাট জিপিটি কে ইউজ করে প্রত্যেকটা একটা টেমপ্লেটও ইউজ করছে এবং প্রত্যেকটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রির জন্য প্রত্যেকটা ডিএমএ ও কিভাবে সেগুলো সেন্ড করছে সো লিটল ফাক আপ in these SOPs can make our whole task disaster. So এটার জন্য প্রত্যেকটা কপারেটিং এজেন্সি যারা শুরু করবে ফ্রম এ গ্রোথ অপারেটর পার্সপেক্টিভ আমাদের এসওপিটাকে সবচেয়ে পারফেক্ট হতে হবে। সো আমাদের অফারিংটা কি সেটা সবচেয়ে পারফেক্ট হতে হবে। এরপরে আমি একটা টপিক নিয়ে কথা বলতে যাচ্ছি যে স্কেলিং। স্কেলিং যেটা আমাদের সার্ভিস স্ট্রাকচার যেটা হবে, হ্যাঁ আমরা দেখা গেল when we started offering for every clients, we started customizing our offers. So let's say a fashion industry, from fashion agency, they have requirements of 4 months to 6 months. So that for that reason, we have to adjust our every offerings. Our দেখা গেল একটা রিসোর্ট বা রেস্টুরেন্ট ক্রিয়েটিং একটা সলিউশন দরকার, ওদের জন্য আমাদেরকে আমাদের অফারিং গুলোকে কাস্টমাইজ করতে হচ্ছে। এই জিনিসটা যখন হয়, তখন একটা কপিরাইটিং এজেন্সির কলাপসিং শুরু হয় ওই মোমেন্ট থেকে। সো উই নিড টু মেক শিওর যে আমাদের যে অফারিং গুলা, এটা প্রত্যেকটার সার্ভিস যে টায়ার গুলো থাকবে, আমাদের প্রত্যেকটা একটা স্কেল করার মতো থাকে। যেমন আমাদের রিফ্রেশ প্লাস হচ্ছে প্রত্যেকটা কপিরাইটিং এজেন্সি স্টার্টার, গ্রোথ, প্রিমিয়াম বা এন্টারপ্রাইজ এরকম কিছু সলিউশন থাকে, যেখানে এসএমই যেগুলো, স্মল এন্টারপ্রাইজ যেগুলো আছে, বা ছোট বিজনেস যেগুলো, এমার্জিং বিজনেস যেগুলো, সেটার জন্য আছে 20,000, 40,000, তারপরে 60,000 এরকম করে আমরা সার্ভিস স্ট্রাকচার যেটা, এটা ফিক্স করি। এই ফিক্স যদি করে থাকতে পারি আমরা, তাহলে সেইটা দিয়ে আমরা স্কেল করতে পারবো। বিকজ ওয়েন দ্য স্ট্রাকচার ইজ প্রপার আর এটা ক্ল্যারিটি থাকে, তখন আমাদের এক্সিকিউশনটা পারফেক্ট হয়। দেন সে হ্যাঁ, এটার সাথে আমার চলে আসে প্রফিটিউশন। তো আমাদের আমাদের
Sabir, you can turn off your webcam and talk. কথা clear. ওয়েবক্যামটা অফ করে কথা বল, তো কথা ক্লিয়ার আসতেছে না। And he's off to the Netherlands.
He's back. Is Sabir in the room with us?
I can see.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. You can continue. Profit or execute.
সো আমাদের যে অফারিং গুলো, আমাদের প্রত্যেকটা অফারিং এর এক্সিকিউশনের আগে আমাদের ওটা প্রফিটটাকে করে নিতে হবে। প্রত্যেকটা ক্লায়েন্টের থেকে কোন ওয়েতে আমাদের প্রফিটটাকে আমরা নিয়ে নিব। সো প্রফিট ইজ ইকুয়াল টু হোয়াট অ্যালাউস ইউ টু গ্রো উইদাউট অ্যাংজাইটি। আমরা একটা কোম্পানির জন্য, একটা এজেন্সির জন্য আমরা একটা কাস্টমাইজড অফার রেডি করলাম, দেন ওই কাস্টমাইজেশনটাকে ফুলফিল করতে গিয়ে যদি ইন্টারনাল ফ্রাস্ট্রেশন we are far away from scaling our business. So এইটা as a growth operator, প্রত্যেকটা এজেন্সি ফার্স্ট হবে এই কাস্টমাইজেশন থেকে দূরে থাকা। সো এইটা একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট পার্ট। দেন আমার যদি ইন্টারেক্টিভ করতে চাই, আমরা যেখানে এখানে যারা আছি, একটা কথা হচ্ছে না। সো আই হ্যাভ এ কোয়েশ্চেন ফর ইউ গাইস। সো আই ডোন্ট নো আ লট অফ ইউ, এখানে যা কোনো পার্সোনাল এজেন্সি চালাচ্ছি, বা কেউ কোনো বিজনেসের সাথে আছি, কেউ জব করছি, সো অর ফিউচার একটা প্ল্যানিং আছে এজেন্সি। সো আলু টেল মি সামথিং, অ্যাট লিস্ট ওয়ান ওয়ার্ড অর টু ওয়ার্ড, কোন একটা সার্ভিসে আমাদের পুরো স্ট্রাকচারে, যে যেখানে ইউ আর লিডিং। সো where does your operational process lose time, trust, money? Can any one of you from here say one or two points, except Mantu and Rafik, obviously?
Yeah, I would like to touch on the question again because it was a bit unclear. Like he asked that if you have a business, or like if you know any business, right? Sabir, can you kindly turn off the mic? It's like we're in an echo chamber. That's what's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that, Sabir. So the question that he asked is like if you're affiliated with any business or any like any business that you know of, any brand or company, like where in your operation or the process would you think you lose the most time or money, right? So it could be any brand, like any brand that you know of, like anything that you know of. Like, does anybody want to answer? Like any brand in mind? Like you can raise your hand and we could like take the answer. You
কমেন্ট
want?
করতে পারেন আপনি, you can type in a
Yeah, you
comment.
can even comment as well. We can take it. Yeah. Like, does anyone know any brands that recently that have lost money? Like, for me, I can think of UPay, right? Maybe. Like, I don't know. How about you guys?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk is one. Yeah, it's a nice one. Anybody? Like, do you wanna? Is there any examples? All right. No worries. We can take it later on, but you can continue, Sabir. Your branding isn't broken.
Okay, can you guys give me 1 minute? Cause এখানে আজান হচ্ছে, আজানের সময় ইকো হবে অনেক বেশি। Just
Yeah, I can take it from there if you don't mind. I can like take this part.
Yeah,
So
you can. Sure. It's
perfect, perfect,
complete.
perfect. So your branding isn't broken, right? Your offers are. What do we mean by that? It's basically সবাই কি করে first business খোলার সময়, right? We think about the name, we think about the website, we think about the logo, brand identity, all the colors and everything, right? But unfortunately, that's not the right way to go, right? The first thing that you should always focus on is like, what's your offer to the people? What are you actually offering? And when I say offer, I don't mean the product. I mean that the stuff that you're selling to the people, it should have a certain value elevation. You should provide value to your customers while taking off their pain. Or the pain, you're taking that away. And you're basically providing value by taking their pain away, right? That's the first offer you're giving. And the next offer you're giving is like, how short are you doing it? Within how short of a time frame are you providing that offer, right? That's something. The offer is very clear. The offer is very outcome promised. You're giving them outcome. And then like, why would they believe you? You should show your social proof, right? You should be proud of the amount of maybe the followers you have, maybe like a essay that you wrote, maybe that your teacher complimented you. That even that is social proof, right? So even if you don't have anything, you should start with something. You should have a social proof that you have. You should back it up, and that's what makes a strong offer. You can go to the next slide, Sabir. So your core service offer should be between 10 to 15 words. People make the mistake of writing the offers in like a lot of paragraphs, maybe like a huge essay, maybe like a huge like Chatgpt prompted thing. So the way that you repackage your offer should be like inside one carton that you can see inside one box. The easier you can give that box to someone, the easier it'll be for them to understand, right? It makes everything easier. Just make sure to take all of your offers as write it as small as possible. Just make it like very short, and then just put it in a box and make that box small, right? You don't need to like just go on and on, convince your customers to like buy into your product. A good product should always have a good offer, and a good offer should always be small. So yeah, going on to the next topic, it's basically the visual tool. Clarity scorecard will be providing this as well. We'll be providing support for this. Just think about your pain, make it clear, and make the outcome very clear as well, and make the wording simple. No one wants to hear words that are very big. People don't like that. You don't need to sound smart. The goal is to sound as short as possible with with the least amount of words that you have, right? So as you can see in the slide, there are three words: score it, fix it, and win faster, right? So there are three parts to that: score it, fix it, win faster. That's a good copy in my opinion. So make it small, make it very short, and don't make it lengthy. The more linear you make it, the more complicated you're gonna dig the hole that you're digging into, right? So moving on, if you can go to the next slide.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can take the floor.
of course,
ওকে,
Sabir,
আমি এই
please.
পয়েন্টটা আরেকটু এমফাসাইজ করতে চাচ্ছি। রাফিদ যেটা বললো যে হ্যাঁ, আমাদের অফারিং যেরকম থাকবে, লেটস সে একটা এজেন্সি, এখন তো অনেক এজেন্সি আছে আশেপাশে। সো ইফ ইউর অফার ইজ লাইক, আমি একটা মার্কেটিং এজেন্সি অর আমি কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং এজেন্সি, লেটস সে মার্কেটিংটাকে আরো অনেক বেশি নিশ করে ফেললে কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং এজেন্সি অফারটা আসলো, অ্যান্ড ইউ আর মুভিং টু আ ক্লায়েন্ট, কারোর সামনে গেলা, পিচ করলা অ্যান্ড এভরিথিং। ওই মোমেন্টে গিয়ে your offer is not, অফারে কোনো ক্ল্যারিটি নাই, অফারে কোনো স্ট্রাকচার নাই। কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং এজেন্সি যখন যাবে, ওই মোমেন্টে দ্য পারসন মাইট বি কনফিউজ যে এটা কি টাইপের কন্টেন্টও লিখে। এখন ওইটাকে যদি আমি নিশে নিয়ে আসি একদম, যে জাস্ট ব্লগ রাইটিং এজেন্সি বা ইমেল রাইটিং এজেন্সি, ইমেল মার্কেটিং যেটা, বা আর্টিকেল রাইটিং এজেন্সি, এই ওয়ার্ডগুলো যখন থাকবে, এই ওয়ার্ডগুলোর প্লেসমেন্ট যখন থাকবে, তখন অফারিংটাতে অনেক বেশি ক্ল্যারিটি থাকবে। ইউ ক্যান স্কোর ফাস্টার and you can fix the solutions faster. Then moving to the next slides, here comes the points of LinkedIn. আমরা কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং কে ইউজ করে লিঙ্কডইনে কনভার্সন কিভাবে বাড়াতে পারি। ইটস ভেরি বেসিক। মান তো অলরেডি টেকনিক্যাল পার্টগুলো বলে ফেলেছে, সো আই এম গোনা কিপ ইট ভেরি ব্রিফ অ্যান্ড ভেরি বেসিক। সো রাইটিং জেনারিক ইন্সপিরেশনাল কন্টেন্টস রেগুলারলি হয়তোবা আমাদের রিচ বাড়াবে, আমাদের লাইকস বাড়াবে, আমাদের রিয়াকশনস বাড়াবে, বাট রিলেভেন্স ইজ দ্য থিং, যেটা আমাদের আইসিপি অর্থাৎ আইডিয়াল কাস্টমার প্রোফাইল, যেটা তাদের কাছে রেজাল্টস যাবে। আমি আজকে কন্টেন্ট লিখছি লেটস সে রেস্টুরেন্ট বিজনেস নিয়ে, আমি কালকে গ্রোথ কন্টেন্ট লিখছি স্পোর্ট ইন্ডাস্ট্রি নিয়ে, এরপরের দিন আমি মুভি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি নিয়ে। সো ইট মাইট make the situation more confusing, সো আমার আইডিয়াল কাস্টমার প্রোফাইল যেটা সেটা ক্রিয়েটই হবে না এরকম যদি করতে থাকি আমি। আর ইউ ক্যান ইউজ দিস সিম্পল লুপ এখানে যেটা যে ভ্যালু ড্রিভেন যে কোনো একটা কন্টেন্ট দিই, টিচ সামথিং পিপল, একটা স্টোরি থ্রুতে যেটা মান্ত ফোকাস করেছে, অ্যান্ড কনক্লুড দ্য কন্টেন্ট ইউজিং আ কোয়েশ্চেন, একটা কোশ্চেন প্রভোক করি আমরা মনে, যেইটাকে কন্টিনিউ করে আমরা নেক্সট কন্টেন্টে যেতে পারবো। এটা যদি আমরা কন্টিনিউয়াস লেটস সে কত 21 days উই নো দ্যাট পিপল নিড টু ফিক্স হ্যাবিট। সো আমরা 21 days যদি এটা কন্টিনিউ করতে পারি, এটা 100% প্রুভেন, এটা রেজাল্ট আসবে। And here comes the algorithm as your CRM system, customer relationship management system. প্রত্যেকটা বিজনেসের ক্ষেত্রে ERP সলিউশন থাকে, CRM সলিউশন থাকে। কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং এর ক্ষেত্রে CRM সিস্টেমটা কি? CRM সিস্টেমটা হচ্ছে it might sound very cringe, but লিঙ্কডইন এর ক্ষেত্রে এটাই হচ্ছে। আমরা আমাদের প্রত্যেকটা প্রোফাইল থেকে ফার্স্ট স্লাইডে যেটা দেখালাম কন্টেন্ট লিখছি, প্রত্যেকটা আইডিয়াল কাস্টমার প্রোফাইলের সাথে আমি রিচ করছি। দেন ইউ নিড টু ইন্টারেক্ট উইথ ইয়োর যে ট্রাইবাল, যে আমার যে স্মল ট্রাইবটা আছে, আমার নিজ যেটা, ওদের সাথে ইন্টারেক্ট করা, রেগুলার ওদেরকে ট্যাগ করা, ওদের পোস্টে কমেন্টস করা, আমি যে পোস্টটা করেছি সেই পোস্টে রিপ্লাই দেওয়া, এবং ভ্যালু ড্রিভেন রিপ্লাই। ইটস নট লাইক সেই 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 লিখেছেন ভাই, বা ইউ রকড ইট বস, এই টাইপের কিছু না। আমরা যদি প্রত্যেকটা দিন 15 মিনিটের একটা ইন্টারেক্টিভ এই অ্যাক্টিভিটিটা রাখি, তাহলে আমাদের সিআরএম সিস্টেম হিসেবে এই অ্যালগোরিদমটা কাজ করবে। এখানে একটু স্ট্যাট নিয়ে কথা বলা যায়। 1.1 মোর দেন 1 বিলিয়ন, অ্যাপ্রক্সিমেটলি 1.1 বিলিয়ন ইউজার আছে লিঙ্কডইনে। তার ভিতরে জাস্ট কন্টেন্ট ক্রিয়েটর হচ্ছে লেস দেন 2%। তার মানে রেশিওটা ইটস মানে 1%ও নাই। তার মানে কি? আমার প্রপার ওয়েতে যারা ক্রিয়েট করছে আইডিয়াল কাস্টমার প্রোফাইল রেডি করতে পারছে না। আমাদের যেটা করতে হবে কন্টেন্ট রেগুলার করা প্লাস ইন্টারাকশন। এটা যদি হয় কম্পাউন্ড গ্রোথ, যেটা কম্পাউন্ড গ্রোথ সম্পর্কে অবভিয়াসলি উই নো আ লিটল উইথ অ্যাট লিস্ট, বা বাটারফ্লাই ইফেক্ট, যেটা যে আমরা এখন যদি কোনো একটা জিনিস পারফেক্টলি করি, ওইটা রেজাল্ট উই মাইট হ্যাভ আফটার 1 month or 6 months or 1 year. সো কিপ ডুইং ইট, কিপ ডুইং ইট। শুরুতে এটা খুবই ক্রিঞ্জ লাগবে যে আমি অন্য প্রত্যেকের কমেন্টে গিয়ে রিপ্লাই করছি, প্রত্যেকের আমার নিজের পোস্ট আমি রিশেয়ার করছি এন্ড এভরিথিং। সো এইখানে আমি একটা ছোট একটা জিনিস স্ক্রিন শেয়ার করে দেখাতে যাচ্ছি।
বিফোর দ্যাট আমি একটু বলি, যখন আমি শুরু করেছিলাম আমার লিঙ্কডইন জার্নিটা, পোস্টিং কন্টেন্ট স্টাফ, তখন পোস্টে কোনো লাইক আসতো না, ইমপ্রেশন খুব ডাউন ছিল। বাট সাব্বির যেটা বললো করতে হবে কন্টেন্ট আপলোড, বাই দ্যাট আরো জিনিসটা রিচ হবে আর কি। সাব্বির টেক ওভার।
ইয়েস, এটাই। সো এখানে মান্তর পোস্টটা দিয়ে কিন্তু আমি দেখাচ্ছি। সো হিয়ারস আ গাই নেম ঘামরি, ওর একটি পোস্টকে মান্ত লিখলো, ঠিক আছে, রিপোস্ট করলো। দেন মান্তর এই পোস্টটাকে আবার গামরি রিপোস্ট করলো, যে কিভাবে রাইটার আস্ক মি 10 কোশ্চেনস এন্ড এভরিথিং, এন্ড সেখানে কিভাবে কনভারসেশনটা বিল্ড আপ হয়েছে এন্ড এভরিথিং। এটার থ্রুতে কি হলো, অলরেডি মান্তর যে প্রোফাইলটা সেটা একটা ফাউন্ডার, একটা হাই টিকেট ক্লায়েন্টস হতে পারে, সে একটা, ওর থ্রুতে হয়তো ফিউচারে কোনো প্রজেক্ট আসতে পারে। এই যে কানেকশন বিল্ড আপটা, এই কানেকশনটা ইজিলি বিল্ড আপ করা যায় এই টাইপের ইন্টারাকশন যদি প্রত্যেক দিন করা যায় 15 মিনিট করে, এটার থ্রুতে। সো এটা দেখানোর জন্যই আমি জাস্ট সিম্পল একটা গ্লিমস দিলাম। দেন এগেইন আমি যদি এখানে ব্যাক করি, ওকে, এন্ড হিয়ার কামস, আমি একটা ছোট একটা এটাকে আমি আবার ফলো আপ দিয়ে লিখেছি যে প্রত্যেকটা দিন 15 মিনিট করে আমাদের নিজ যে লিডার যারা আছে, এক্ষেত্রে গামরির ইয়েটা দেখা গেল। সো এরকম কো ফাউন্ডার, সিইও যারা আছে, ম্যানেজিং ডিরেক্টর অর রিজিওনাল ম্যানেজার, এদের ইয়েতে আমরা আমাদের নিজ বুঝে কমেন্ট করি, এন্ড ভ্যালু ড্রিভেন কমেন্টস। ওই ভ্যালু ড্রিভেন কমেন্টস যে করবো, ওটা তো মাথায় আসতে হবে। ওটা মাথায় যদি না আসে, এটার জন্যই তো রাইটিং কন্টেন্ট ইউজিং ChatGPT। এটার মডিউলটা কিভাবে, এটা মান্ত অলরেডি দিয়ে দিয়েছে। ওই টেমপ্লেটটাকে ফলো করে, এসওপি যেটা, গ্রিন বুক যেটা, ওটাকে ফলো করে, ওটাকে হিউম্যানাইজ করে আমরা যদি ইন্টারেক্টিভ এই কমেন্টিংটা রেগুলারলি করতে থাকি অ্যান্ড এঙ্গেজ করতে থাকি মানুষদের সাথে, তাহলে আফটার উইক অর মান্থ আমরা রেজাল্ট দেখতে। অ্যান্ড এইটার সাথে আমরা কি করতে পারি, আমাদের নিশটা চেঞ্জ করতে পারি। এখানে একটা হালকা একটা গিগ আছে কথার ভিতরে, সেটা হচ্ছে এখানে লিখে আছে যে উইকলি রিভিউ অ্যানালিটিক্স সেভ টপ পারফর্মিং পোস্ট ফ্রম আদার্স। এটা করলে এটা কম্পাউন্ডিং গ্রোথে কাজ করবে। আর মান্থলি যেটা করতে পারি, লেটস সে আমরা কপি রাইটিং টিপস নিয়ে 1 মাস লিখলাম, আমাদের এক্সপেক্টেড রেজাল্টস আমরা পেলাম না, দেন আমি কি করব? কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং অফ করে দিব বা লিঙ্কডইনে আমি আর কোনো এফোর্টই দিব না? না, এটা হতে পারে না। এখানে আমি ডান পাশে হালকা একটা দিয়েছি যে আমরা আমাদের নিশটা চেঞ্জ করতে পারি একটা স্পেসিফিক টাইমের পর, লেটস সে 1 মান্থ or 2 মান্থ। আমাদের যেই টপিকগুলো থাকবে, লেটস সে এটা আমাদের প্রত্যেকের ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল টপিকস, কপি রাইটিং টিপস হতে পারে, সেখান থেকে আমি যত জায়গা আমরা এক্সপ্লোর করি, পার্সোনাল জার্নি হতে পারে, যে কোনো স্পেসিফিক টুলস হতে পারে, ভিও2 এসেছে, জেমিনা এসেছে, এগুলো নিয়ে আমরা লিখতে পারি। এবং যেটাই লিখি মেক শিওর যে আমরা কনসিস্টেন্ট থাকছি ফর লেটস সে 1 মান্থ or 2 মান্থ। সো দ্যাটস আ র‍্যাপ ফ্রম মি এন্ড হোপফুলি ফ্রম আস।
আচ্ছা, আমি এখানে একটু গাইড করি আপনাদের। এটা ইফ ইউ গাইস স্ক্যান দিস, আপনারা পিডিএফ পাবেন অবভিয়াসলি। এখান থেকে স্ক্যান করলে ইট উইল টেক ইউ টু আ লিংক ট্রি। আর লিংক ট্রিতে আপনারা আপনাদের ফ্রি রিসোর্সেস পাবেন। We have provided the resource. Sapri, please mute. So ওইখান থেকে আপনারা সিস্টেম পাবেন, কন্টেন্ট রাইটিং সিস্টেম, যেটা আমি ইউজ করেছিলাম, প্লাস অল দ্য প্রম্পটস উই হ্যাভ, এন্ড আমাদের সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া অফকোর্স। এন্ড আরেকটা স্পেশাল অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট আছে যেটা রাফিদ দিবে এখন আপনাদেরকে। রাফিদ, প্লিজ টেক ওভার।
Right, guys. So ultimately, what's the aim, right? What's the aim? You guys want to earn money, right? That's the main aim. Ultimately, সবাই চায় যে you want to make a career out of this. You want to make sure that you're getting money in. So the best way to do it is if we provide the guidance towards actually doing it. Uh, almost like all three of us have experience in earning money online, right? Which is a very direct thing. So we do have our own directions with it. We're gonna give away the resources. We're going to give away everything. But we also have a plan of creating a community for you guys. যেখানে আমরা সবাই will be able to discuss. We'll be able to talk all more of this like amazing stuff together. So we have a Discord channel. The REFRSH Academy official one, and we're gonna be very interested to add you guys there as well. ওটা আমরা করতে চাই, and we also have a lot of other stuff coming up planned for you guys. যেখানে আমরা will be diving deep into more systems, more webinars, and more resources that we can give away, right? Because ultimately that's what we want to do to you guys. We want to give away as much value as we can. So the best way to do it is obviously being with the like-minded people. আপনাদের মতো যারা আছে, we can like interact with them, talk with them, discuss more. That's one of the best ways we can do it. So if you guys are interested, do like be engaged in the WhatsApp group. We're gonna be talking more about that in the WhatsApp group as well. So I think with that we have come to end to our webinar. If you guys have any questions, please, like, we have like 2 minutes to talk. So let's do ask me any questions if you guys have it. যদি কারো question থাকে, you can drop it in the chat or just open your mic or ask me anything. Anyone? You know what? I'll make it better. If you guys throw in a question, I'll give you like a special PDF that you guys can read.
একটা কোশ্চেন কিন্তু চ্যাট বক্সে আছে, মাহরিনা মুহসিন।
Right. I addressed that already. That was in the back. So whoever asks a question to me, like I'll make sure to give away like a very special prompt. Anyone?
হচ্ছে না দোস্ত।
Yeah, it's not working.
They're hard as a turtle shell. They're
Yeah.
hard.
Oh, no
okay.
questions. Well present. Okay. So we do have one question. Can you guys talk about your experience working as copywriters? Right. So me personally, I've worked with many brands online, right? Me personally, I've had a good career in there. I hope that in the future I'll be able to do more. But alhamdulillah, like God has given me whatever I have gotten, like everything that you can, if you know me as a person, everything that you see, my equipment, myself, and the friends that I've made is all because I have started copywriting, right? So I'm very grateful to that. I'm pretty sure Manto and Sabir has the same experience online. So yeah, that was a very good question to ask. Thank you.
If I
Anyone
share
else?
my experience, ভাই সোজা কথা, আমার লেখালেখি করতে ভালো লাগে না। অবভিয়াসলি দেখতে বোরিং লাগে, পড়তে বোরিং লাগে। এর জন্য ভাবছি আলসেমের জন্য সিস্টেম বানায় ফেলাই। সো সিস্টেম দিয়ে যা করার হবে। সো লাকিলি এআই এসে পড়ছে। সো এটাতে আমার মতো মানুষদের আর কি হালকা লাভ হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ, যখন আমি কাজ শুরু করছি তখন একটা ব্লগ, একটা আর্টিকেল লিখতে আমার 1 সপ্তাহ লাগছে। ইয়েস, এটা হ্যান্ড রিটেন, মানে হাতে লেখা না। এটা হচ্ছে এআই দিয়েই, সিস্টেম ছিল সবকিছুই, রাফিদ দিছিল, বাট আমার ওটা করতে 1 সপ্তাহ লাগছে। তো এটাই আমার পার্সোনাল জার্নি। বাট এখন 1 সপ্তাহ লাগে না, থ্যাঙ্কফুলি। এখন 1-2 দিনে হয়ে যায়। প্লাস এটাই, যদি সাব্বির কিছু এক্সপিরিয়েন্স শেয়ার করতে চায় তার লাইফ থেকে করতে পারে।
না, কোশ্চেন্সটা টোটালি কপিরাইটার্সদের জন্য হয়েছিল। আমি কপিরাইটার্সদের গ্রোথটাকে দেখতেছি, সো এখানে আমার অ্যান্সার করার কিছু নেই।
All right, perfect. So I think that ends it, guys. Amra obviously meeting a recording to amra diye dibo sob jagay. Do keep an eye out on our socials for more webinars in the future coming up. Jodi kono question thake obviously ask it in the WhatsApp group. We'll be active there. And if you guys have any concerns or anything that you'd like to address, any feedback, obviously it will be appreciated, right? So we'll be sharing the recording of this call by tomorrow, and we'll also be handing out the resources. As you can see, link e copy jodi na kore thaken keu, we'll be sending it over in the group as well. Link e diya jabe, right, Manto? We can give it as a
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna link to the Divo group with this, so you guys can refer back to it. So yeah, that concludes it, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you to Manto as well, and Sabir as well for attending and hosting this as well. Very grateful to have all of you guys. We will chat soon in the next webinar that we have. Yeah, right.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.